Shiloh Jolie Pitt, known worldwide as the first daughter of Hollywood's golden couple Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, has grown up in the limelight of fame. But behind the smiles on the red carpet and the flashlights of photographers, Shiloh's life hasn't always been rosy. From a young age, Shiloh witnessed endless arguments between her parents. The disagreements and family conflicts grew increasingly intense, making the atmosphere at home constantly tense and suffocating. Although Brad and Angelina deeply loved their children, the heartbreaking events within the family left a profound impact on Shiloh. Despite her young age, Shiloh had to face ordeals that no child should have to endure. She saw her parents separate, witnessed the never-ending disputes over custody, and felt the pain of their separation. These wounds made Shiloh mature beyond her years, prompting her to reflect on herself and her future. Ultimately, Shiloh decided to do something few dared to at her age: drop her father's surname. This decision was not an impulsive act but the result of a long process of contemplation and reflection. For Shiloh, dropping her father's surname wasn't merely about changing a name. It was her way of freeing herself from painful memories and beginning a new chapter in her life. Shiloh's lawyer, daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, explains her decision to drop her father's surname and publicly announce it in the press. The 18-year-old, one of the former star couple's 6 children, filed a court petition to change her surname on her birthday, May 27. This action was later publicly announced through a legal notice in the Los Angeles Times. Peter Levine, the lawyer representing the teen, stated that Shiloh made an independent and significant decision following heartbreaking events, and clarified that she was simply following legal procedures by announcing the information in the newspaper. The lawyer explained, Shiloh Jolie did not place an advertisement announcing the name change. As Shiloh's lawyer, I was required to publish a legal notice because California law mandates that anyone wishing to change their name must do so. That legal notice was published in the Los Angeles Times as required. Previously, Shiloh hired her own lawyer and paid for the entire process herself, independent of Angelina Jolie. In addition to Shiloh, 2 other Jolie Pitt daughters, 19-year-old Zahara and 16-year-old Vivian, have also dropped their father's surname, although it is unclear whether they have legally formalized this change. Brad Pitt is said to be very upset that his biological daughter filed to drop the Pitt surname and heartbroken over the growing distance between him and his children. Sources reveal that the 60-year-old actor currently has minimal contact with his adult children, while his visitation with his younger children, under 18, has been limited in recent months due to his busy filming schedule. 20 years have passed since their romance, marriage, divorce, and subsequent disputes, with the relationship between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt consuming significant media attention. The post-divorce dispute between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt has finally reached a conclusion, with Brad Pitt deciding to relinquish his fight for custody against his ex-wife. Initially, Brad was adamant about securing a 50-50 split of custody rights over the children. Currently, 5 out of their 6 children are reported to have a strained relationship with their father. Have the conflicts between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt now been resolved? Their marriage once caused a media frenzy, surrounded by numerous controversies and speculations. When they decided to marry, their wedding was dubbed the wedding of the century, with the media describing it as the most handsome man in the world marrying the most beautiful woman on the planet. Both Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, with their exceptional looks, were frequently ranked among the world's most beautiful or most glamorous people by various magazines. The couple first met in 2003 while playing a married couple in the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith. At that time, Brad Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston, and Angelina Jolie had recently divorced her former husband, Billy Bob Thornton. Jolie and Pitt remained friends throughout the filming process. She once shared with Vogue that her relationship with her co-star was not love at first sight. Amidst infidelity rumors, in 2005, Brad Pitt announced his divorce from Aniston after 5 years of marriage. Shortly after, he was seen dating Angelina Jolie. In 2006, they welcomed their first daughter, Shiloh. Her newborn photos were sold exclusively to People magazine for $8.6 million, causing a media frenzy at the time. In 2007, Angelina Jolie and her then-partner traveled to Vietnam to adopt Paxthene. A year later, the couple welcomed twins Knox Leone and Vivian Marceline. The Jolie Pitt family, consisting of 8 members, became a role model in showbiz, as they were unafraid to travel across continents to adopt children and were actively involved in charity work. At that time, they had not yet registered their marriage. Brad Pitt once shared that he and his then-partner were urged by their children to get engaged. In 2014, Brad Pitt held a private wedding in France with Angelina Jolie and their children. However, shortly after their second wedding anniversary, Jolie filed for divorce from Pitt on September 20, 2016, citing irreconcilable differences and seeking custody of all 6 children, while Pitt was granted visitation rights. The actress did not request child support from her ex-husband. The two battled over custody for many years, spending millions of dollars in legal fees. They also continued to have disputes and litigation related to a company they co-owned. After Angelina Jolie sold her share of the company without prior agreement with Pitt, she was sued for causing business losses. In 2021, Brad Pitt was awarded joint custody of the children by the court. However, Angelina Jolie immediately appealed and presented additional evidence alleging that Brad Pitt had physically abused the children and engaged in domestic violence during their marriage. In 2022, Puck News published documents revealing that Brad Pitt had allegedly abused his wife and children on a flight on September 14, 2016, while in an intoxicated and uncontrolled state due to substances. The lawsuits have exhausted both Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. The Maleficent actress stated that only when the litigation concludes can she and her children begin the healing process.